Hello, everyone. Let's connect Botpress to VectorShift. Let's get into it. All right. So we want to ask a series of questions, capture every answer in a variable, send it to VectorShift, get a response back. So this is a follow-up video to my previous video where we created this pipeline together demonstrating how to use condition node. So we have these different record types in the United States. So in Botpress, we want to ask what is the record type, what is the state, and then send those information here to go through this setup. I know there is a knowledge base in Botpress. Of course, you can provide a knowledge base, but hands down, when it comes to retrieval augmented generation chatbots, VectorShift is the best tool out there as far as accuracy and reliability and everything. Let's go to Botpress and let's have a really simple workflow set up real quick. So I'm going to grab a raw input. I'm going to ask, you can have whatever question you want. I'm going to save it in a variable named record. Then I'm going to ask another question just to demonstrate another raw input. And I'm going to ask something like that. Save it in a variable, name it whatever you want. You can have as many questions as you want. I'm going to keep it as these two. Next thing I'd like to do is combine these two answers, these two variables into one variable. There are a bunch of ways doing that in Botpress. The way I like is my favorite node, is my favorite card in Botpress, which is the AI task. So in the task instructions, I'm going to tell it, take the values of these variables and combine them in one variable. Oops, values. And then I'm going to give it all workflow.state, comma, workflow. What was the other one? A record. Then in the AI task input, I'm going to give it the actual variables. So workflow state, comma, workflow record. Save result in variable. So if we go to VectorShift and if we go to pipeline, and if I click on this pipeline and go to API, you can see underneath data, inputs, JSON dumps, user queue is the input name we have in VectorShift. So this variable here must match this one. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back to Botpress and name it exact same thing, user queue, and leave it as a workflow string type variable. So we have these two questions answered combined in one variable to be sent to VectorShift. So we have the user queue set up. The next step would be to grab and execute code node. Let's go to code editor. I'm going to put the code right in the description of this video. So basically have the URL, which is the fixed URL in VectorShift. You grab your API key from VectorShift and then make sure you have, this is from vector, and this is the variable we built right here in Botpress. And for the response, we need a variable called response. So let's actually go ahead and create that as well. Response, click add, and then to display the response from VectorShift, let's actually put that variable right here in a text card. Works. And say hi. What type of record? Let's say birth records in the state of California. AI task running, executing code. All right, so we got the response back, but it doesn't seem to be the right response. Let's go to events debugger. And so the response is this one, but we did not. Oh, oops, because I just provided the wrong workflow. Okay, it lacked the attention to details. Must be response. So, you know what? Let's run it one more time. Hi. Test running, send to VectorShift. Okay, cool. So in order to continue this, I mean, there are a bunch of ways. The easiest way would be to just add another maybe mm, raw input. Just make sure to save it in the right variable, and then maybe you can just copy this card, paste the card underneath, and then maybe add another node. This time copy this card, paste the card right here, loop it back, and there you have it. The use cases are a lot where you would need to connect these two, whereas each of them are individually great tools. I hope you guys liked it. Thumbs up, subscribe, let me know what to record next, and see you in the next one.